212-734-0111.
You know, that's a pretty good announcement from Dove, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't sound like an idiot. Like Gelb sounds like a moron. Well, Gelb is a moron.
There you go.
I think Dove sounded pretty good, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Gelb or Dove?
Dove.
You just said I think Gelb sounded pretty good.
No, I meant Dove.
Well, which is it? Who's the Dove?
The guy with a beanie.
Oh.
Where's Rob?
He apparently is on his way somewhere because he's not home.
Yeah. That's really weak, isn't it?
Barry.
Can't put it over on a 6-year-old.
Man.
The next 60 seconds could change your life forever. If you want to make money, if you're tired of making money for others, if you like the idea of a more secure future, would like to make extra money, and if plenty of time off interests you, please pay careful attention to this message. AmeriCard Dispensing Corporation offers a turnkey business that you must investigate. This is a solid opportunity to start the ultimate vending business of your own, with no direct selling on your part, working either part or full-time. Get all the facts now about how you can increase your income, develop your own business, and enjoy more time for the better things in life. Call now. Availability in your area is limited. 1-800-364-8981. There is no obligation. Call toll-free 1-800-364-8981. There is an investment required. Operators are standing by. Call 1-800-364-8981.
The breathtaking hour.
On Channel 7.
Not many Puerto Ricans where I live now. I live in Los Angeles. There's about 200,000 Puerto Ricans in one room. But it's better than the neighborhood I grew up in. I grew up in New York City in an area called Washington Heights, which was like a ghetto suburb. Slums with trees. Even the birds were junkies. And dope-addict sparrows who didn't know how to fly. Just fall out of trees and bother people, right? Tweet, tweet, sucker, give me a quarter.
Imus in the morning.
Copyright 1999 CBS Radio. All rights reserved. Imus in the Morning is a presentation of WFAN and Westwood One Entertainment. It's the right thing to do.
This concludes the entertainment and revenue-generating portion of your broadcast day. We now return you to the rest of your local programming schedule, an indecipherable embarrassment of broadcasting incompetence that compelled this station to subscribe to the Imus in the Morning program in the first place. The entertainment and revenue-generating portion of the broadcast day, the Imus in the Morning program, will resume tomorrow morning. Check your local listings for time and schedule.
For sports scores and sports news, it's WFAN 2020 Sports at the top of the hour, 20 past the hour, and 20 before the hour. That's 2020 Sports all day, every day on the Fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good morning. It's 10 o'clock. I'm Joe Thomas.
You know what I was thinking
You're
about?
not a big country music fan, are you?
Well, you know what's funny? I started in Pikeville, Kentucky, 1961. That was my first job.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And that was big. Red Foley,
Oh, sure.
he was huge.
Oh, absolutely.
Marty Robbins had a hit on the regular charts and the country
That
charts.
sounds right.
And, you know, so, yeah, I always liked
Oh,
country
well, we're
music.
going to get you one. I'll get you the video, too. You got a VCR at home? You must have.
Yes.
I'll get you the
Yeah.
video, too. All right, let's do some spots, and then we'll do some
It's black
sports.
and white TV.
If Jesus came to your house to spend a day or two, if he came without warning, I wonder what you'd do.
Imus in the morning.
Do 1,722
Imus in the Morning 2020 Sports. Here comes old Warner Wolf. Sports you can really sink your teeth into. All right. Good morning, Warner.
Shut up, Road Dog. Good morning, Warner.
Good morning. Thank you, I-Man. NBA last night at the Garden. The Knicks beat the Nets 82-74. Talk about the gang that couldn't shoot straight. The Nets hit only 29% from the field, missing 61 out of 86 shots.
You know, not only that, but Charles and I were watching the early part of the game.
Yeah.
And I said to Charles, there's no way the Nets can win this game.
Yeah.
And that was 2 minutes in.
Oh,
Way to
man.
go, I.
They don't even look like they could win.
Yeah.
Horrible. Open shots.
I mean, come on.
Forget about it. After the game, next coach, John Calipari.
I don't have an answer why we're shooting 29%. I don't have an answer. I mean, I don't have an answer why we're
open shots aren't going down right now.
How about getting the answer?
Yeah, get an answer.
How about getting an answer? How about holding some practices?
That's right, you're the coach.
How about you suck? Not getting it done.
How about stop giving these loudmouths $100 million and go hire some players who can play basketball?
That's
Wow.
it. Some discipline.
Horrible. Miami made it 6 in a row, beating the Wiz. Who says you can't beat the Wiz? 29 for Alonzo Mourning. The fake Bulls lost again, losing to the Bucks 90-88. The Bulls now 2-9.
How'd the Lakers do last night?
The Lakers lost.
Again?
The Lakers lost.
You're kidding.
No, the Lakers lost to Vancouver 93-83.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Oh,
A Canadian team?
You're
yes.
kidding.
Now they lost.
Oh,
Jack
no,
Boo. Here's Don Hoyer of the Grizzlies Network.
Tony against Shaquille. Holy cow. Right away. Good. And the foul on O'Neal. I can't believe it. I've seen everything now.
93-83, Lakers lose.
God, what a moron.
Speaking of the Lakers, Dennis Rodman made it official last night, signing with the Lakers. Rodman was asked, what's wrong with the 6-6 Lakers?
In the fourth quarter, they have a tendency to look in space. When something's wrong, they have a tendency to what should we do now? And you got Kobe and Shaq trying to carry the load, and the rest of the guys are standing around with their finger up there.
He's right. Down by 3 in the fourth quarter. They lost by 10 last night. The night before, they blew a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter.
He's endeared himself to the team before he even stepped on the court.
Yeah,
hasn't he?
right.
Really? It's going to be a happy locker room.
Hey, they'll be happy to see him.
Thanks a lot, Dennis.
That's right.
He's stealing his panties on him.
Now, how anxious is Rodman ready to play? Did he come back Monday night against the Nuggets? No. Did he come back last night against Vancouver?
No.
He's waiting till Friday to come back against the winless Clippers. Come on, why not wait for a pickup game?
Well, he wants to open at home, too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, okay.
I want to get masturbated off one more time.
First baseman Rafael Palmeiro acquired by Texas, and he...
We don't have an unlimited amount of
Oh,
time.
okay.
Go ahead.
I'll go to the finish.
All right.
Well, actually, I had there's 3 more arbitration cases.
Oh, let me do one of those. I love
Okay, you
these.
ready?
Okay.
You be the arbitrator.
All right, I love this.
This is the last day for this.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 cases all decided.
Oh, okay. Very good.
You don't have the answer, do you?
No, I don't. Here we go.
No, not
You be the arbitrator.
All right.
Cincinnati right-hander reliever John Hudek was 5-6 with a 3.9 earned run average last year. He made $500,000. You writing it down?
Yeah.
Hudek asked for $1.3 million. The Reds offered $800,000.
800,000.
He's right. He's right. He got another one.
Absolutely. He read about it.
Yeah, he knew about that.
I didn't know that one.
You did know. There you go.
I did not know that one.
Oh, you didn't know
No,
that?
I did not know that
Okay.
one.
He answered
But I mean,
too quick.
No. If the guy's 5-6 with 3.9, come on, well, get out of here.
Please, don't even
That's right.
try.
No,
No
it's not
credibility.
gonna- how can you ask for any more money if you have a losing record?
Now he's trying to reason his way out of it.
No, I'm not trying to do anything.
No, that man's a good arbitrator.
All right, Warner Wolf here in the Imus and Winnie All right, let me talk to you about the Daily News here now. They got it going on over there. Boy, what are they doing, man? Well, tonight's the Grammy deal, which I'm not going to be able to watch just because of that fat, phony Rosie O'Donnell, who I just loathe. It's talking about somebody who's phony. And Celine Dion and Shania Twain, well, she's kind of cute. And Lauryn Hill, and I mean, I just...
enough.
I can't take any of them.
Enough.
Celine Dion, I can't stand. I just hate these people. I hate them. Anyway, what are they going to do with this guy, John King, down there in Jasper, Texas? Well, they should tie him behind a truck and drag him. Bastard. Anyway, the New York Daily News is not a bad newspaper. And, of course, they bought this Times to try to get you to go buy their paper, so maybe I ought to do something to...
Team goes to AC and plays 14, and it comes in. How about that? There you go. Good job out of Chris Collin and Joan Shin. Houston's here all night. Keep you going with the updates. We got Susan here for an hour and a half. Then Notre Dame St. John's. It's Cohen and Eddie. Then then Susan, of course, after the game. And we will see you tomorrow. Mike back tomorrow at 1. And that at the Radiothon at the World Financial Center. Come on down and say hello. If not, pledge. And nice to see you do that. If you can't, we understand as well. But whatever you can afford is great. And until then, we'll see you. Adios, folks.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Tommy probably wouldn't want me to mention that, so... Thanks, for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it.
Won her first Grand Slam by beating Martina Hingis Davenport had the emotions pouring out of her when she addressed the crowd at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
This is for all the fat girls!
It was a nice moment for Ms. Davenport, who's worked hard to finally win an initial Grand Slam.
One of the things that was kind of uncomfortable was when Miss Davenport raised her arms and had a tumbleweed on the knee.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
Let's talk briefly with Laura Ingram, who begins her own program on MSNBC this morning. Good morning, Miss Ingram.
Good morning. Did I actually hear you say that these offenses outlined in Ken Starr's report are not technically impeachable? What did Rahm Emanuel buy like an acre at the ranch over the weekend? With Aunt Lewis? And Fred, for Fred to talk about the time slot for this show, he says he's going to be watching the news at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
We know what Fred's going to be watching. He's going to be watching the replay of the monster truck rally on,
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Get digital. 877-877-6464. This half hour of the Radiothon is sponsored by the New York Stock Exchange. The world puts its stock in us. The New York Stock Exchange, enormously supportive of all of these various charities. The New York Stock Exchange, the corporate sponsor of the broadcast center, such as it is in the Art Barn out at the ranch, to the tune of $250,000 that they contributed to that effort. So they're sponsoring this half hour. Rob and the Bartletts are going to sing, and then we're going to talk to my friend David Jarvis coming up. 1-877-877-6464. Use your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover card. 21
Honey,
million.
weren't you a little irritable last night? Yes or no?
Well, yes, I was.
Okay, I risk my case.
But I was irritable because of you.
No, what did I do? I didn't do anything. I asked you to hit the mute button.
Yeah, but you started freaking out. And then what
I
happened
didn't
was,
freak out.
because I'm feeding Wyatt, so I have, the thing here is, the big picture, I have my priorities straight. You don't. You're willing to compromise your kid to turn on some slob like Dennis Rodman. He would have thought it was a friend because, without seeing him, it sounds like that's how Wyatt talks.
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the Morning.
And it's so insulting that that you would even say that because, first of all, yes, honey, I know Daddy's on one of his little tirades again.
Let me talk to Wyatt.
Okay, hold on. Say hello.
Hi, honey, it's your dad. And as soon as you get old enough, we're going to get away from her, so...
Honey, you just threw up when you heard your voice.
I'll talk to you later.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
All right, money is not guaranteed the future years. In very rare occasions, there might be 2 or 3 contracts in the NFL that are guaranteed. I think the last one was Pierce Holt's Atlanta contract was guaranteed for 4 years. We're choosing coming up from Port St. Lucie. Nick Basketball on the Fan this evening. I will see you Monday at 1. Have a very nice weekend, and next week we'll be heading towards March and a little madness and a little baseball. So we'll see you then.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
This time around, I'm flagship station for New York Rangers hockey.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN, New York.
Back with you, final hour. Richard here, 718-937-6666. We will be here till 10. Steve Summers comes by at 10. Russo off next week as well, taking well-deserved time off. Of course, when you have a young boy, a young baby in the household, time off is not really time off, if you've ever been through that. 718.
Approach won't stop the problem anyway.
There's no component here that's going to take the driver and, for example, mandate the...
Mayor Giuliani calls the city's new approach legitimate, and he believes it addresses what he calls a very serious problem.
You don't get that kind of intelligent discourse anywhere else, Ben.
If your radio light sucks in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
We're talking with Tony Hinger from Tony's got a chronicle called the Bubba Chronicles. Where does Marv sit at the Garden?
Radio booth, which is about 10 rows up above the tunnel where the players come out.
Do people heckle him? No.
No, in fact, autograph seekers all over the place, yeah.
They write them on their back. I wonder if anybody asked him to do that.
I'm not aware of that.
Sign their back, that's a great idea.
In the morning, Fan Sports Radio
WFAN New York. WFAN 2020 Sports.
Good evening. It's 8 o'clock. I'm Don LaGreca.
I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people.
Tell your mama, tell your pa, gonna see you right now. This song, no. Mama, you don't do right. Imus in the morning.
Hey, did you see what's in Newsweek?
20 Sports rolls on.
Reese will bring it up the floor. 2 seconds, 1 second. Shot at the buzzer by Reese. It's good! It's good! He did it again! He did it again! He did it again! Reese does it again! Reese hits it at the buzzer! The Reese hits it at the buzzer! And the Racers are...
Come on, enough. February Madness. Catch it. Good morning, Mike Brewer with sports. Murray State's going to the big dance. That's Neil Bradley on the Murray State Radio Network. 3 more teams qualified for the NCAA tournament, including the Racers, who won the Ohio Valley Conference, beat Southeast Missouri at the buzzer. Also making it College of Charleston and George Mason, who won their respective tournaments. And yesterday, big win for the Fordham Rams. They beat Rhode Island for their 12th win of the season, doubling last year's win total. A great year for Coach of the Year candidate Nick Bukarczyk. Fordham now a legitimate dark horse for the Final Four in the NCAA.
Have you been able to get a hold of Mike Marion from AT&T, Bernie?
Not yet.
What's the holdup? Why can't we get a hold of him? Nearly 8 o'clock Eastern time. I mean, how hard would this guy possibly be?
Why is he hiding?
We don't like their attitude.
Not at all. No, they have a terrible attitude.
They have a horrible attitude, and
He's got a real chip on his shoulder, that Mike. It's very unsupportive. Disloyal. Tennis history yesterday as both Venus and Serena Williams won tournaments. Venus winning one in Oklahoma City, and Serena takes her first WTA title by beating noted lesbian Amelia Mauresmo.
That will be fine.
In a tournament in France. Venus said she and her sister, they're going places.
Me and my baby, we gonna shine.
Congratulations to the Williams family on a great weekend.
You're just a moron.
NBA statistic, 35% of NBA players have at least one tattoo. The man with the most, Dennis Rodman, still undefeated as a Laker, 2-0 after beating the Houston Rockets yesterday, a game attended by Michael Jordan. There he was, sitting courtside next to Jack Nicholson, leading to speculation that he misses the game and will come out of retirement. My sources tell me Jordan will make an announcement perhaps as early as tomorrow. According to the source, Jordan, since his retirement, has racked up millions in gambling debts and is near broke. Jordan's people deny the story, calling it ridiculous and irresponsible journalism, to which I say sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
That's it.
Other NBA games, Knicks lose to the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Patrick Ewing not making any excuses.
That our butts kicked. They outplayed us from the beginning.
Knicks can get right back on track tonight. Big game at the Garden as they host the Cleveland Cavaliers. America's team. That's sports. I'm Mike Breen.
5 minutes till the hour here on the Imus in the morning program. Is there anything that we should have asked Barbara that she any questions we want answered by? Well, the fundamental ones about.
Yeah. It's kind of difficult to question her about something that she doesn't want to.
They're not sponsored by Jeep.
Let's make it a big production out of 3 stinking sleeping bags.
Really?
I mean, come on.
Ma'am?
You're right about that,
God
right?
almighty.
Yeah, I mean,
Sleeping
they're,
bags?
you can go to any outdoor place
Yeah, but
and get a good sleeping bag.
They're all the same.
they're not. They can't possibly be all the same.
Absolutely
That's like saying all cowboy boots are the same. That's like saying all cowboy hats are the same. Some people think all cowboy hats are the same.
What's different about a sleeping bag?
Everything,
What?
you little red-headed twerp.
What?
Everything.
What's different?
Well, just everything. Just
Say one thing. One thing.
The inside. What's inside?
That's in everyone. They're all cushioned.
They are?
Yes.
What's on the outside? What color it
With a
is?
zipper, all the colors.
Well, there's a canvas thing or something.
Maybe the I-Man needs a waterproof inside. That's what he's looking
No, that's different.
Place for the catheter to go through.
One of those special holes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Now, my wife is saying, well, what if we have to go, what if we have to go to the bathroom? We have to go outside the teepee. I said, well, yes, honey.
No, right there.
I use the toilet bowl.
So we saw We seen any more bear tracks over at that one pond, Fred?
No.
Okay. But one time we saw bear tracks there. Now,
Oh.
Deirdre's convinced that there's bear out there and that if you go outside of the tent, they're going to attack you. You will never see a bear out there, will you, Fred?
Probably not. But now we're seeing mountain lion tracks over there by the pond. By the cattle tank.
We are?
Yeah.
How many mountain lion tracks? Well, it's a stock tank. They're down there getting drinking.
It's like about 15 of them.
15? No, there's not.
They grabbed that old lady, here about a week ago out of
don't
Rivera.
say that, Fred.
Drug her off.
Where'd
that happen? Well, she was out tending her garden there in Rivera, getting her ready to plant. And I think a mountain lion drug her off.
Okay.
But other than that, that's been the only incident I've heard of out there,
Fred, these parents are going to be terrified enough sending their children out there. I don't need to...
Okay, it wasn't a mountain lion. It was probably a bear.
Okay. 23 after there. Beyond dumb.
Long distance information. Give me Imus in the morning.
All right. Let me talk to you now about E-Trade, eTrade.com. They're on the internet, and that's where you can do it. Trade on the internet. Well, they've won all these awards lately from Gomez, rated #1 by Gomez, #1 by Lafferty. Here's what y'all do. You just log on, eTrade.com, and you have access to all the research that brokers do. It's free.
Ripple for the Nextel Communications Fan Highway Patrol.
10 minutes to the hour here in the Imus in the Morning program. Well, Cabela seems to be the sleeping bag, doesn't it, Chuck? I mean, is this point until we get some...
That's a good one, without question.
Is it the best one?
That I don't know. I'm not familiar with the product.
Hey, Fred.
Yes.
Does the TP have a lining?
I don't know. Well, you could get them with a fireproof lining if you want.
Right.
So.
What's on the floor? What's on the ground?
Just canvas.
How big is this TP?
Oh, it's big enough for 5 or 6 people.
Who sets it up?
They do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
How much are they?
About $1,700.
Yeah, okay. I'll pay for it out of my pocket.
Okay.
We'll get it, have it set up.
Oh, well.
Now, you got to think some more about what we need for here. But we're not getting any place now. Narrowing down the TP thing, but... Anyway, hang on a second. Here now from Atlanta, 790 The Zone is our guy, Steak Shapiro. Good morning.
How you doing, man?
Fine, Steak. How are you?
I'm okay. Just kind of had some news coming out of Atlanta I thought you may want to know about and wanted to get your help, if possible.
Anything. I'll do anything for you guys.
Well, Salsa was up in New York with you a couple of weeks ago, I guess it was.
Mm-hmm.
Since his return, things have kind of taken a downward spiral with me and Salsa. And, the combination of all the things he said you guys were doing together and hanging out up in New York City and just a little too much ego on both ends, I guess it is. So we're actually looking for a split down here at the Zone in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Kind of have you as the catalyst, but I don't want you to feel bad about it. But I'm going to be looking for a gig at some point, so I know you're close to the people up there at Westwood One and WFAN and that whole deal.
Yeah.
So, it's never pretty when something splits up like this, but between Salsa hanging with you at the Knick game and going on that carriage ride with Wyatt.
No. I didn't go to the Knick game with Salsa, nor did we go on any carriage ride.
He said it was a 24-hour Imus Fest, as he called it. I heard him on the show with you. I saw the tapes. He was on TV, wasn't he?
Yeah, I know, but he was just here briefly, and then we never saw him again.
He didn't stay at your place, and you guys...
No.
Huh. He has a Knick Stubbs. I saw the Stubbs. There were 4 of them.
But I didn't go to the game. I'm telling you.
You never went to a Knick game with Salsa?
I didn't went to a Knick game with anybody.
He didn't take little Wyatt on a carriage ride around Central Park?
No, I would shoot him if he touched little Wyatt.
Well, that's, I don't know what to say, because I watched the TV tapes. He was in the studio. That's not something I would get the chance to do, and combination of that and all the other things he said you guys did together, I just said, let him have his deal. I'll try to get another gig somewhere.
No. We want you there. We don't even like him that much.
He was in the studio, he was sitting right in your lap.
Here. God, anybody can come in the studio.
Anybody can come in the studio?
Yes.
Just walk into the building at the WFAN and sit there?
No, but you have to make arrangements, but... You know. Just the whole thing blew up in my face. Nobody knew. He told me. Nobody said anything. He comes back with pictures of Tavern on the Green himself. He said you were at the John at the time, but you guys were having like a late lunch.
You're such a sap, you know.
Honest to God.
What a dope you are. I mean,
Embarrassing.
he's a loser. Salsa is a loser.
Yeah, you say it now, but I talk about his dad. You know, my dad did something too. My dad didn't run a big radio station, but he's no schlepper.
What'd he do?
He sold shoes.
Oh, that's a great steak.
Well, that's what I mean. I just can't compete at this, and I'm thinking it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do updates up there at night or something if you guys had an opening.
Well, we don't know a loser like you doing updates here.
Imus in the morning. 2020 Sports. Mario Ellie shooting a three, short. And the rebound by Hornacek along the wing to Stockton, to Russell. Russell going in for a layup. And the Jazz get a fast break basket on the Spurs.
San Antonio Spurs stink again. Good morning. Mike Breen with Sports. Jay Howard the call. WOAI. Spurs beaten by the Jazz by 14. They're 6-8. This was a team that a lot of people thought could win a title. What is up with that? You want answers? We'll give you answers. And our answer man is Avery Johnson.
We just got to put everybody in positions where they can be successful. And we did in a lot of situations tonight, and we missed shots. I mean, there were 5 straight possessions where we shot wide open shots, and we missed them. So you can't really coach that. That's just something that happens in this game.
Breaking it down, as always, our man Avery Johnson. But the Spurs not the biggest disappointment. The Nets are 2-10. Jason Williams was asked, what's the problem? Now, Williams normally doesn't like to speak to the media, but he did speak up yesterday and said everyone shares the blame.
Well, when you're on the floor, I think you're playing by yourself anyway. You're out there by yourself. You make the decisions. Cal can tell you what to do, but if you don't do what he says, then that's on us. I think the blame goes around equally. I don't think it's more the coach than it is myself than it is the next guy. I think we're all in the soup together.
Out there by yourself, there's the problem. Got 4 other teammates out there. Here's what we want. We want them all to turn on each other. Going?
Oh, sure. Fist fight on the court.
Yeah, we want them. And they're 2-10. They lose a couple more games, and that's a real nightmare out there. You know, for that loudmouth college rah-rah coach not being able to get it done.
That's
it. The team beat 2-14, and this moron's still yelling at them. We're paying Jason $85 million a year, and he pulls down 2 rebounds. I mean, hello. Like Lupica said in his column yesterday, for all that kind of money, we're looking for something other than just a witty little quip.
Imus in the morning.
Tonight at 9 on UPN 9.
Well, I'm the type of guy who likes to fool around. I got a reputation being quite the booty hound. I've had so many women, can't remember all their names, but it don't matter 'cause upside down to me, they all look the same 'cause I'm a philanderer. Yeah, I'm a philanderer. I screw around, I screw around, I screw around. Oh, well, there's Monica on my left and there's a Paula on my right. And heaven only knows which baby I'll be with tonight. And if anybody'd ask me, the time I loved the best was when I tore open a shirt and grabbed Juanita right on her chest, 'cause I'm a philanderer. Yeah, I'm a philanderer. I screw around, I screw around, I screw around. Oh, well, I'm pretty damned confident. And I got caught, but I don't care. 'Cause I'm still your president. Got my impeachment trial acquittal and I ain't going nowhere. Well, I'm the type of guy who likes to screw around. My respect for women somewhere in the lost and found. Don't let them get too close. Well, sometimes close but no cigar. And if they get morose, well then I just say au revoir. Yeah, I'm a philanderer. I'm a philanderer. I screw around, I screw around, I screw around. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Blow, baby. Nothing I like better than some extramarital sex. Well, now I'm the type of guy who's got a new lease on life, but that don't mean I'm gonna start being faithful to my wife. What's the good of being a man if I can do what I please with my pants around my ankles and an intern underneath? I'm a philanderer. Yeah, I'm a philanderer. I screw around, around, around.
just into Imus in Washington. Here in our nation's capital, the news world is still aghast at the decision by one of journalism's heretofore most revered icons, David Brinkley, to sign on as a spokesman for agribusiness giant Archer Daniels Midland, the controversial conglomerate that helped sponsor Brinkley's Sunday morning TV chat show. Here by satellite with a response to critics in many quarters, Maureen Dowd, Daniel Shore, Jeff Greenfield, and others, is Mr. Brinkley himself.
First, let me say, good to be here. Glad I could come. Thanks for having me. Always happy to stop by.
Fine.
Well, just the briefest reply to Ms. Dowd, Dan Shore, Jeff Greenfield, the others. I'm 77 years old. I have a wife half my age. I'm rich, getting richer. Living fat with a P. So, shove it. I think that about says it all.
But Mr. Brinkley, hasn't this compromised the reputation you so carefully guarded for all these years?
Well, first of all, you. And secondly, no. For the kind of money ADM, supermarket to the world, is paying me, I'd flip these f***ing Harvest burgers if they wanted me to. Would you like one? I have several in my Dwayne Andreas autographed lunch pail. Tasty as heck. But what do you say?
Mr. Brinkley, thank you for helping us understand your position.
Listen, why don't you all come down to the condo and we'll fire up a bunch of these babies.
That'll be fine, David.
In other news, briefly, President Clinton says he welcomes the opportunity to face his accuser, Paula Corbett Jones, in person at the White House when he's deposed in the sexual harassment case Miss Jones has brought against him. And he's instructed his attorney, Bob Bennett, to stop opposing the session, telling him to, in the president's words, shut up and butt out. Mr. Clinton explained his rationale.
Hey, baby, you want to go out?
Wait in helicopter, honey. I'll view this whole matter as a personal challenge to my record. She won't get away this time. I can't wait to get in that room with Paula and get out of my shirt and shoes and pants and everything and get busy. Man, I just can't believe the court system has just handed me this opportunity. What a country.
Sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sir, you actually are eager then to be deposed with Ms. Jones present?
Deposed? What do you mean, deposed? I thought they said declosed. Hillary, damn it, did you change the batteries in my dang hearing aids or not? Damn. Deposed? Get Bennett on the phone.
Excuse me. Pardon. Sorry to interrupt, but I've just gotten a fresh batch of these Archer Daniels Midland soy burgers. I think you really should have a few. Maybe 100 million, now that I think about it. Interested?
No.
Did I mention they cure cancer?
No, they don't.
In Denver, Colorado, Nikki Deutschman, the controversial New Age jury forewoman in the trial of Terry Nichols, was found lying beneath a purple shroud a short time ago, asking Dionne Warwick by phone whether she thought the Hale-Bopp comet might still be in range. Ms. Warwick assured her that it was, having been aborted herself just last night. Funny, I didn't see her there.
I'm sorry to interrupt again, but I really need to move these damn things. A last call for Harvest burgers. Did I mention they give you a boner?
No, you didn't, and they don't.
And finally at this hour, news from Seattle, Washington aircraft giant Boeing Industries, where a company spokesman says that based on recent unfortunate events, TWA Flight 800, the losses of several 737s, including Commerce Secretary Ron Brown's, and the most recent 737 accident on the island of Sumatra, Boeing is dropping the E from its corporate name. And rather than Boeing, will now be known simply as Boeing.
See? I told you so.
Oh, it's not a boner, Mr. Brinkley. It's a boing.
Well, the damn thing's not really a burger either.
I think it's disgraceful that the President of the United States has some sort of sexual relationship going on with an intern in the White House. But I'm not interested in spending $50 million to find out about it.
Can't lie in court.
He's a fat pervert, but I mean, what else are you going to do about it?
We're going to see the justice is done.
To bring the country to its knees.
Then why has he done
To affect
that?
foreign policy? To affect
Bring the country to its knees? Couldn't you find some other place to go than that?
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the morning.
Here now from the White House, Claire Shipman. Now, Woodward and Bernstein, according to Andrea Mitchell, were suggesting on Meet the Press that the president is looking for a way to get out of testifying. Have you heard anything about that?
Well, it's interesting. You do still hear talk among some people who are very close to the president about,
Claire,
before he testifies.
You've got to answer that phone.
It could be Bill. Driving you
I can't
nuts?
take it.
I'm sorry.
I'm looking for Claire.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
This is still
Ralph Kramer, one of the producers of the
center court. Hill off the dribble, goes to the pull-up and straight away. The jump shot no good. Rebound Montross puts it up. It is good and a foul. Eric Montross killing the Knicks.
Knicks let their emotions get the best of them. Good morning, Mike Breen with sports. Marv Albert with the call. Knicks coach Jeff Van Gundy was ill over the weekend, hospitalized in Detroit because of a severe case of the flu. And his players, the New York Knicks, so concerned with the health of their coach, they were mentally and emotionally not prepared to play basketball, feeling it's a silly game when you compare it to a person's health, and you admire them for that. Even so, the Knicks did not make any excuses.
Did all that Marv go on the road with him yet?
That was his first road game, yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yep.
Any 911 calls or anything?
No, of course not.
That was Marv's first road trip to Detroit?
Well, first road game he did on the air. I'm sure he's been on the road in business and
well,
on
did
vacation.
he have a
monitor with him?
Yeah, we have an ankle bracelet on him, or?
No.
Who does he travel with? By himself?
With his partner, John Andres. In fact, I flew back with him last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How'd Marv look?
Looked great.
Any blood marks on his teeth?
People were very supportive in the airport and at the arena.
I'm sure they were.
Any
Well,
flesh
stuck in his teeth?
A sparkle in his eye?
Yeah.
Can I go on now?
Why, sure. Of course you can.
The Knicks.
You're in Mayu, but anyway.
That's good. Their leader, the great warrior Patrick Ewing, made no excuses.
God, shut up.
But he,
But Patrick Ewing.
Warrior.
Warrior.
But he did issue a rallying cry for his grieving teammates.
We can't get down on ourselves. You know, we still have a long way to go. We played 13 games out of 50. So we have to try to put this one behind us and get ready for tomorrow.
There you go.
What is their record, by the way?
8-5.
Well, that sounds that great, is it?
Medium.
And Miami won yesterday, beat Orlando.
That's correct.
I was happy to see that.
Knicks will play in Miami tomorrow night.
Oh, they do?
Big matchup tomorrow night down there.
Oh, well, if God exists, if there is, in fact, a God.
Here is the test.
Yeah, this is the test. This is the supreme test of whether, in fact, there is a God. The heat will kill them.
Well, Knicks have to play tonight first. They played yesterday. It's back-to-back-to-back, so they'll be exhausted by the time they get down to Miami.
Who do they play tonight?
Cavaliers.
So they could lose tonight.
Team that beat them by 24 in Cleveland a couple of weeks ago.
How's Van Gundy doing?
Well, as I mentioned, he was hospitalized.
Hello? 2 minutes ago. I meant, how is he doing now, ass face?
He's in the hospital.
He's doing great. He's in the hospital. He's still in the hospital?
His team's lost 2 in a row, and he has the flu.
He's still in the hospital?
No, he's out. He
Now,
coached the game.
See?
Okay, he got
Is he
out.
getting better? Sand trap head, chia pet head. So who do the Knicks play next, Mike? They're unbelievable.
Knicks, though, may get Spree back this week.
Oh, great.
Latrell Spree went out the past 3 weeks with a heel injury. So hopefully Spree will have that uniform back on.
Hey, you know what I noticed about Rick Pitino?
It's getting bigger.
The spots there. You know, you can see he's cut.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it's huge. And he's got his hair combed over this bald spot, but...
Oh, come on.
It's huge. It's huge.
No kidding.
Yeah. It's big enough for one of those Celtic clovers to just slap on there, you know?
It's a good idea.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Spring training is underway. In New York, the Mets have been overshadowed by the Yankees in their great season last year and the acquisition of Roger Clemens. But the Mets will be a good team this year. One of the new faces is an old face, Bobby Bonilla, who says he has a different responsibility for the team this season.
You just don't have to do it every night. I mean, it's going to be fun watching other guys do it.
Talking about baseball or sex, for crying out loud. Bobby Bo, we're glad to have him back, though.
Hey, remember how sick we were of him the first time he was there? We couldn't get rid of him soon enough.
Wait till his first 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. It'll all start again. NCAA time. 3 more teams are in. George Mason, Murray State, and the College of Charleston, a team that will make at least the Elite 8 in the NCAA tournament, the most underrated team in the country.
I already have my Final Four.
You can't do that until the brackets are out.
Oh, okay, fine. Duke, Stanford, University of Miami, and I'm decided on the 4th, so I don't have my Final Four. You're right.
What happens if Miami is in the same bracket as Duke?
Still have to change it. I've already made my selection. There's a nationally syndicated sports columnist, Mike Lipico, who I was watching on the Saturday. Every time there is an earthquake or any sort of disaster.
And I'm so happy about India and Pakistan.
I knew it.
Yes, the eye. You know what I like about the whole thing, though?
See, it's ancient hatreds with modern weapons. This is the thing I need. And it's all, and the wonderful thing about India and Pakistan having the bomb is a lot of those people believe in reincarnation. And they figure, what's the risk?
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
Well, I want to ask you about kids shooting kids because...
Oh, yeah, I have something on that.
Oh, no.
They say, well, the children are so desensitized to violence. But you'll notice the first thing that happens when one of these shootings takes place is the next day the school is overrun with grief counselors, trauma therapists, psychotherapists, psychiatrists to help the children cope. If they're so desensitized to violence, why not just go on with the arithmetic? That's what we did. In high school, if somebody showed up in our class, killed 3 of us, we'd say we'd just sit there, 35 classmates, minus 3 equals 32.
That's not a bad point.
Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Hey, listen to this. How'd you like a free hotel night? That's right.
Morning, Warner.
Thank you very much, Jim. And good morning, Warner.
Good morning. Thank you, I-Man. In the NBA last night, the Sixers made it 5 in a row, beat the Wiz 104-91, 38 for Allen Iverson. Lakers over the Suns. Shaquille had 25 points. Rodman 16 boards. Knicks beat Cleveland 85-78. Cleveland made only 21 field goals, just 2 shy of the NBA all-time low. And in the best finish of the night, the Nets, who had lost 6 in a row, beat the Celtics in Boston 99-97.
Horrible. Hated them.
Here's Bob Papa and Michael Corrin of the Nets Radio Network.
5 seconds to go. Kittle's head of the key. Dumps Murdoch. Baseline. Floater. No good. Rebound Van Horn. Turnaround jumper. Good! It went! He got the basket! Heath Van Horn with the jumper!
The Nets win the pennant. The Nets win the pennant.
Relax.
Dennis now 3 and 10. The Nets win the pennant.
Calm down.
Right after the game, Jason Williams on the win.
We got the gorilla off our back. You know, we got Congo off us. Mighty Joe Young. King Kong. Give me some more.
Jason Williams. And add 4 more teams to the NCAA tournament. Gonzaga, Creighton, Siena, and Mount St. Mary's all win, moving into the field of 64. For Mount St. Mary's, it was Coach Jim Phelan's 800th career win.
Brookins will fire up the 3. No good. Moore with the rebound. 3 seconds. 2. Bethel shoots at the buzzer. It's good. Ball game's over. Mount's going to the tournament, and Jim Phelan has his 800th career victory.
What is with these people? God almighty. Lou's in there. He's not paying attention. These people are annoying. Well, it's just, I don't know. We'd rather hear you talk, Warner, than
okay.
These people.
All right.
Here, go ahead.
That was Matt Noble of WXTR Saturday night. He did all 108 games.
More complicated than that. That's from Andrea Mitchell. Okay, well, she knows.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
Right. Weren't you trying to do the news?
That's perfectly okay.
3 minutes after the hour.
First, you'll need a suit. Something with a designer label. $1,200. A car to get you from meeting to meeting. $100 an hour. Membership to the country club. $5,000 a year minimum. A personal trainer. You get the picture. Of course, for the whopping sum of $65, you can get an insider's look at the world of New York business with a year's subscription to Cranes, which means that for a full year, you won't just look good in New York business, you'll look smart.
Each week, Cranes New York Business delivers breaking news stories, useful business leads, and inside information about New York companies that you can't find anywhere else. And Cranes Top Lists provide you with a goldmine of data. This week's Cranes uncovers how top executives at internet companies are selling thousands of their firm's shares while individual investors continue to buy. Pick up your copy of Cranes with Bob Leif's restaurant review, James Brady's column, and a listing of New York's top hospitals. To subscribe, call toll-free at 1-888-909-9111 or visit cranesnewyork.com.
How do you solve a mysterious test?
You could invent some, so we could bring them back. We could bring back players of the past.
So, let's not.
So, the International Olympic Committee, meeting here in New York yesterday, says, among other things, we are now recommending no payments or gifts to any IOC members, thus reducing the chances of a bribe. One longtime IOC member was overheard saying, "No gifts, no games. I'm out of here."
Okay.
Put that guy back on.
Another reason the Yankees got Roger Clemens, because they don't have to face him anymore. Paul O'Neill, lifetime against Clemens, 152. Tino Martinez, 160. Bernie Williams, 178. And another reason they got him. The first time an opposing pitcher hits a Yankee batter, look out. Because in the next inning, that batter might as well just put his bat down and lay down on the plate. That guy is out. He's going down. And if you were Broncos backup quarterback Jeff Lewis and thought you were heir apparent to John Elway,
guess what?
You lost.
Yeah.
Lewis was traded last night to Carolina for 2 draft picks.
Oh, man, that's ugly.
That's it. It's cold.
Well, Bob Greasy's son's there in Denver,
That's right. Brian Greasy.
He could be pretty good.
He'll be the guy.
I mean, he was pretty good at Michigan.
Yeah, yes, he was.
So
college ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we understand that, but I mean, still. I mean,
Against other college players.
I understand that.
Good time.
It is 7 minutes till the hour here at the Imus Morning Program. Warner Wolf is Sports. Warner will be back. Senator John Kerry is coming up this morning, and, we'll talk to him, see what that's all about. But I don't know what else we have. We don't have much else. Not much going on, is there?
Not a heck of a lot, man.
So.
Anticipating the Monica interview.
Howard Fineman will be on this morning from Newsweek, right?
That's good.
Right. So
that's good.
We were speculating. We were going to book Howard Fineman yesterday. We thought, well, and then we realized you don't have to book him because he is apparently, where does he live? In Manhattan? Or, he probably lives in D.C.
Right down there.
Oh, okay. So he's just sitting there in his little, to Watergate or where it's just.
Hi, pal.
Yeah.
I'm really, really proud of you. What you did with this ranch in 2.5 months, I can't begin to tell. Because basically all they've bought is an opportunity to fly out to New Mexico next year at their own expense so they can have a veggie burger in the desert with you and Fred.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
I think it's great, your wife being a vegetarian, but and she wants to go to tofu patties and kale in the mess hall. But after about 2 days of that, these kids are going to look out at the corral and think, what the hell are the friggin' cows for?
That's a very good point.
I'm sitting here eating yeast cakes and soy milk, and there's 3/4 of a ton of ground round 50 feet away from me. Let's kill one of these friggin' things and get some burgers going.
In the morning. Sports Radio 66 WFAN.
I don't want to use you anymore, and I guess I'm tired of searching.
This is WFAN in New York. It is time for the local news, sponsored by the Hackensack University Medical Center. And here with that stuff is my friend Charles McCoy. Good morning, Chuck.
Morning, man. Some of the local developments and
Specify where. Do you, Bernard?
No, we don't.
I think just funk that would be fine. It's the 1:15.
Authorities say tips on Andrew Cunanan's whereabouts lead them to believe he is still in the South Florida area. Cunanan is suspected of killing designer Johnny Versace on Tuesday.
Why are they bothering to catch this guy? He's just whacking off freaks.
Here we go.
Shut up!
You knew
Just
that.
be quiet.
You knew that.
God almighty. Just
We're in the house.
I think the FBI.
Oh, God, shut up!
I think the FBI should back off.
Just shut up. Go ahead, Charles.
Turn his microphone
God,
down.
just turn his microphone off. God almighty.
If your radio sounds funny in the morning, you're listening to Imus in the Morning.
Marie North. Good morning, Miss Hort.
Not good, Don.
Why?
Because I'm down here in Miami with Andrew Cunanan, and I'm afraid that you may be next. I mean, just think of it. He goes after old, rich, closeted queens.
Yeah. Keep hope alive.
In the morning.
Their mission is to deliver financial...
Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and cut a 6-inch valley through the middle of my skull. At night I wake up with the sheets soaking wet and a freight train running through the middle of my head. Only you can cool my desire. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh,
I can't quit now. You really got a hold on me. Really got a hold on me. You really got a hold on me. Really got a hold on me. I love you and all I want you to do is just hold me, squeeze hold me. You really got a hold on me. Really got a hold. I said you really got a hold on me.
I'm got his Motown mojo working.
Oh, you really got.
How long do you think it'll be before I get sick of these records?
How long was that one? 2 minutes and 57 seconds.
Man, that's
I'm saying about 3:02.
That's got it going on. It's quarter after the hour now.
In Park City, Utah, when all the moguls and snow bunnies are ready to go back to the ski lodge for some relaxing reading, they make a straight downhill run for Dolly's Books. There you can pick up a copy of everything from the latest John Grisham novel to the new Monica Lewinsky tell-all by Andrew Morton. At Dolly's Books, browsing is encouraged. You can take your time as you take in the thousands of titles they have in stock. Just remember to take your Visa card, because at Dolly's Books, if they don't happen to have those copies of Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass or Nicholson Baker's Fox you were looking for, they'll take your order. They just won't take your expired American Express card.
Visa, the world's best way to pay.
Is she really going out with him? Oh, there she is. Let's ask her. Betty, is that Jimmy's ring you're wearing? Mm-hmm. Gee, it must be great riding with him. Is he picking you up after school today? By the way, where'd you eat him?
I met him at the candy store. He turned around and smiled at me. You get the picture?
Yes, we see.
That's when I fell for Imus in the morning.
Here's Warner Wolf. Good morning, Warner.
Good morning. Thank you, I-Man.
Hi, Warner.
In the NBA last night in overtime, the Heat beat the Knicks 85-84. Patrick Ewing, 31 points, 16 boards, but missed a 14-footer at the buzzer. Marv Albert and John Andres of WFAN.
Ewing driving left to the lane. Fadeaway is off the rim. No good. Rebound. Morning and back will do it. The Miami Heat have defeated the New York Knicks.
Meanwhile, earlier, a Morning missed the shot anybody would have made at the end of regulation. The Nets' one-game winning streak is over. After coming back from a 19-point deficit, losing to the Bucks 94-86, the Nets dropped to 3-11. Meanwhile, the rumor has Terrell Brandon and Elliot Perry going from the Bucks to the Nets for Sam Cassell, Chris Gatling, and Brian Evans. Upon hearing the news, Cassell, Gatling, and Evans said, all right, let's get out of here. On the other hand, Brandon and Perry said, now, wait a minute. Let's not be too hasty on this deal.
Absolutely.
Detroit beat the fake Bulls 108-78, which means if you had the Bulls and 29 points, you lost.
I think we got to lose the appellation fake Bulls. I mean, we
don't like that?
Well, the team's been reconstituted, and the Jordan retired, Pippin's in Houston, Kerr's in Phoenix, and I don't know the rest of them. Luke Longley's in Phoenix, too, I guess.
Good point.
Move on.
Good point.
Well, you got to move on.
You're right, man. Detroit beat the phony Bulls 108-78. In Dallas, the Mavericks over the Clippers. The Clippers are now 0-13.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
I mean, God almighty. We could be 0-13.
Absolutely.
You, me, Rock Newman, Bernard, and Lou. We could all have too many on our team, first of all.
And Wyatt could be the sixth man.
First of all, too many white guys on the team. Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Couldn't do any worse, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
0-13. Change the rules.
Okay, what is it?
If you can't win a game by March the 3rd, you're out of the league. I mean, why are you here?
Do something else.
Why are people paying to see you? Why are they paying $40 million for 12 guys who can't win a game?
I don't know.
Penny Hardaway was fined $7,500 for criticizing officials. Once again, you can criticize the President of the United States, but you can't criticize an NBA official.
Ridiculous.
Crazy.
4 more teams move on to the field of 64. Penn, Valparaiso, you may say Valparaiso, Detroit, and Arkansas State. Here's Tom Stocker of COZY in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
McPherson's three is no good with 3, with 2, with 1. Get out the good suit, Mama. We're going to the Big Dance.
Arkansas State beating Western Kentucky.
Get out the good what?
Suit.
The suit.
Oh, I thought he said get out the good toot. Of course, being a drug addict, that's what I was thinking. Figures that's what I'm saying. Get out the good toot, baby.
Get out the good toot. We're going to the dance.
Well, I'm here now, live from Washington, D.C.
Yeah, baby.
My man, Rock Newman. Good morning, Mr. Newman.
I was banned from your show one time, but you're such a wimp.
I remember that. You know, remember when Rock Newman and Riddick Bowe, they were fighting Andrew Galata, and Rock went crazy.
Yeah.
Got in a ring and beat somebody up with a cell. Well, no, you didn't hit him with a cell phone. One of your henchmen did, and then you wouldn't come on the program. You stiffed the I-man.
Oh.
So then I banned Rock for life, and what happened? He's right back on about a
couple
week
of days later.
So you representing the grease man? What's this all about?
No, this is a mere. I'm practicing for the day that I have to come to New York and save your butt.
Anyway, well, how'd you get involved in this? Do you know him? Or?
Obviously, I was as repulsed and as outraged by his reprehensible comments as anyone else was. And I knew him from some time past, had a little dealing with him, and I really was trying to figure out why and how somebody could say something that horrible.
You know, it's not the first time this guy's made a hideous remark like that. He had a Martin Luther King remark that he's pretty infamous for, you know. So.
Yeah, 12 years ago. And I mean, I just was really perplexed as to how, even after that, how in the world could he say this to say it when it's so fresh, when the wounds are so fresh. So I talked to a reporter at the Washington Post and got in touch with the grease man, and I really challenged him and asked him why he would say what he said. He took quite a bit of abuse from me. I went to church on Sunday morning, left church, called him from the car, and told him I wanted to come see him. I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to understand more about what had happened. And I spent several hours with he and his wife. And I'll tell you something. There really seemed to be some genuine concern and sorrow and remorse for what he had done. And he was talking about that he was going to call a press conference and he was going to, he was going to get out and, say how he felt. And I challenged him to come into the black community, to do it in front of those people that he most offended, and to go on the shows that black folks listen to the most and subject himself to whatever kind of abuse that he might get from them, that if he wanted to try to cleanse himself, that needed to be the process.
It's not a bad idea. No.
And honest, the point is...
The guy sucks, though, anyway. He should have been fired just because he's awful.
But you know something? We absolutely continue to just dismiss people when there is wrong done. If some of us don't attempt to extend an olive branch, don't try to reach out and touch somebody from the other side, there is racial hatred, Imus, that is bubbling in this country just beneath the surface. And it erupts. It erupts in New York with 41 shots and in Jasper and with the idiotic things that the grease man said. And if we all respond in kind, that causes more of a problem. And I think that there is the potential to do some good, for some good to come out of this evil.
You know, you're absolutely right. Good for you.
Well, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Rock.
Bye.
Rock Newman in Washington, D.C. He's right, isn't he?
He is absolutely
But it has to be somebody like him who does it.
Yeah.
Anyway, coming up in 4 minutes till the hour here in the Imus Morning program, Senator Chris Dodd. I mean, got his Motown mojo working. We'll see how long that lasts. So I was looking at my office yesterday, and I got about 50 Motown records. I said, why do I have these?
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah. You don't like my Motown record? I can go back to playing Merle Haggard if you'd like.
I love Motown.
Okay. Anyway, we just had You Really Got a Hold of Me. We got The Way You Do the Things You Do coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So.
This is going to...
What?
Well, this won't last an hour.
Well, maybe it won't, so we'll see. Senator Chris Dodd, Tom Friedman, and man's Mojo. Motown Mojo got to work.
Imus in the morning.
On Hollywood Square.
Oh, well, I mean.
He said.
He might have said it anyway.
Could have happened.
Yeah. So we're sorry about that, Dusty Springfield, dead at 59 after a long bout with breast cancer. And that's the business report, sponsored by the New York Stock Exchange. It is a quarter after the hour. We'll talk with Chris Dodd coming up.
They're the leader in business.
Senator Chris Dodd.
Tonight at 8, huh?
Fine, hell with him. Funk that. Thanks, honey.
The little duck boots.
Yeah, fine.
Oh,
That'll be
God.
fine.
I mean, this is really...
All right. I mean, I got his Motown mojo working.
You got a smile so bright. You know you could have been a candle. I'm holding you so tight. You know you could have been a handle. The way you swept me off my feet. You know you could have been a broom. The way you smell so sweet. You know you could have been some perfume. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the things you do. The way you do. Oh, baby. As pretty as you are, you know you could have been a flower. It would look for the minute. You know that you could be an hour. The way you stole my heart. You know you could have been a cool cook. And baby, you're so smart. You know you could have been a school book. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the things you do. The way you do. Oh, baby. The way you do the things you do. You made my life so rich. You know you could have been some Monday. And baby, you're so sweet. You know you could have been some honey. Well, you could have been anything that you wanted to, and I can tell the way you do the thing you do. You really swept me off my feet. You made my life complete. You made my life so bright. You make me feel alright.
Tim, score till the hour. I'm
You make me
What
feel
you gonna play now? Bobby? I don't know. But whatsoever I play, it's got to be Imus in the morning.
Fruit sucks. Jesus, can we get any decent fruit? Well, look what I can get here from LL Bean, Chuck. I can get a mini stove lantern combo kit. Perfect. A backpacker's kitchen. An LL Bean camp chair. Oh, good God Almighty.
I'm gonna wait till the midnight hour. That's when my love comes tumbling down. I'm gonna wait till the midnight hour. When there's no one else around. I'm gonna take you, girl, and hold you. And do all the things I told you in the midnight hour. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. One more thing I just want to say right here. Imus in the morning.
He taught you about history, he taught you about geography, taught you about the Civil War. Now, New York Times best-selling author Kenneth C. Davis takes... There's one African-American on the planet who owns a baseball team. Anyway, here he is now. Good morning, Mr. Newman.
What we want to talk about this morning
Yes,
is the fact that last night I'm flipping around the dial, as I normally do.
Yeah.
I see Larry King interviewing a not-too-distant relative of Freddy Krueger. This Freddy Krueger lookalike says at some point during the show, I don't think I have a friendly look. Oh, really, Hannibal Lecter?
Your radio sounds funny in the morning. You're listening to Imus in the morning.
What the hell is Rock Newman doing up at 25 minutes after 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern time?
Must be with Marion Barry. It's outrageous. I'm out of crack, Marion. Pass me the pipe. Send the bitch out for a pipe. Because I ain't got no more crack. It's unbelievable. It's outrageous.
Imus in the morning. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Digital madness.
What?
Listen to me, good brother, because I'm not going to say it again. You might not be the most patient person in the world, but you're like the Jews waiting for their homeland compared to me, brother, because if there's one thing I can't do is suffer fools gladly, let
You're a flip-flopping fairy boy. 1 minute you're banning Brian Williams for life. The next you're welcoming into the fold like the prodigal son. What happened, brother? Captain Cable News makes some huge donation to that rec room cattle ranch of yours. Did he buy a couple of 100 cases of your brother's taco dip? You know that stuff I think I heard somebody say was on sale about 400 times this morning? Did Brian Williams write some suck-up letter of praise to the I-Man telling you how you're broadcasting answer to Mother Teresa, which is in reality just an insurance policy for you hump some lame-o book he's written? You're a sorry excuse for a human being, brother. You're so low on the food chain, if you wanted to move up, you'd have to eat plankton. Let me give you a Hollywood Hogan headline, brother. If I ban a newsman for life, it's usually until he stops breathing, which is about 20 seconds after I first put my hands on him, because I'm the Walter Winchell whoop-ass, brother. And our top story tonight is a no-contest steel cage death match scheduled for one fall, and you're the one taking it, brother, because when I give a broadcast beating, it's always sleep week, and when I'm going to be sleeping is your feet from out from under your bony backside, brother. Suck Matt, radio boy, while I return your listeners to their regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Suck Matt is a little strong, isn't it?
Just a little rough.
Hollywood Hogan here in the Imus Morning Program, 17 till the hour. Fred Imus Southwest Salsa. Look for the turquoise buffalo on the label and on the lid.
Imus in the morning.
It's 12 minutes till the hour here in the Imus Morning Program. Bill Kolb Jr. Ford, largest Ford dealer on Route 3 in the country, nearly. But certainly on Route 303 in Rockland County and that whole area here. Nobody stocks and sells more Fords. Ford Motor Credit Dealer of the Year, 7th year running. Fred and I have been buying Ford pickups from him for 5 or 6 years. I mean, he's not a regular advertiser. But he's a great guy, and it's a great dealership, and I really like the guy. And you know, Charles one time took his kid's car up there to be serviced. Came out like a new car, didn't it?
In and out. Unbelievable.
So it's a good outfit. Well, they've just purchased a Subaru dealership. It's Rockland County's only Subaru dealership. Bill Kolb Ford Jr. got out to sell them Subarus.
Revenue Service, working to put service first.
Time now for another Imus healthcare highlight from the Hackensack University Medical Center, the metropolitan area's preeminent hospital, and one of the nation's best for innovative cancer treatment and care. They feature the largest and only nationally certified blood and University Medical Center.
Imus in the morning, 2020 sport. If you had Mike Breen and some yucks, you lost. Here's Warner Wolf.
Thank you,
Morning, Warner.
Oh, shut up, Hank. Yes, good indeed. Good morning, Warner.
Good morning. Thank you, I-Man. This Imus in the Morning Sports Report is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi won. NBA in overtime last night. The Heat beat the Knicks 85-84. The Heat almost won the game at the end of regulation. Here's Marv Albert and John Andres of WFAN.
Porter, he's open. He goes baseline, running one-hander, no good. Rebound is put up and missed by Morning at the buzzer.
Unbelievable that anybody at any level of the sport could have missed that shot.
Morning, 28 points, 11 boards.
Hammer time.
Whoa, big
Wow.
Whoa,
Really?
Detroit beat the bogus Bulls 108-78. The Bulls 0-7 at home, which is more than they lost at home the last 2 years combined. Mavericks over the Clippers 112-99. The Clippers now 0-13. Change the rule. If you can't win a game by March the 3rd, you're out of the league.
Go away.
Get out of here.
Damn.
Loser.
4 more teams move on to the field of 64. Arkansas State, Valparaiso, Detroit, and Penn. Penn knocked off Princeton. Here's Adam Herzog of WXPN.
5 seconds left. 5 ticks down. Move over, Princeton. The Quakers are going to the Big Dance. The Princeton Tigers, your run is over. A new era has begun. Pennsylvania's back in the Big Dance.
What? Penn is back?
Shut up.
Wow.
What a twerp.
Finally. How is Blue Jays left-hander David Wells doing with the Toronto Jays?
I don't know.
He spent the day in the Jays training room after suffering back spasms.
Idiot.
Back spasms.
Fat loser.
He only weighs 300 pounds. Come on.
Dirtbag.
Imus in the Morning Sports. This is Warner Wolf.
Coming up in just a little bit, we'll talk with Fred Imus, and then we're going to try to resolve this LL Bean thing because, well, you know, Fred and Deidre are a couple of hard asses, and the I-Man wants to be comfortable. That's really what it comes down to, doesn't it?
Apparently.
Yep.
Apparently.
Apparently what? What do you mean apparently?
Well, I don't know. The jury's out on this deal, I'm afraid.
You mean out on the I-Man?
Yeah. In several areas.
All right, well, keep it where it is. Get a little Motown Mojo working on you, too, now, baby.
Imus in the morning.
Dawson Leary has always been the one his friends could count on. Tonight, they'll gather to celebrate his birthday.
Testimonial to true friendship. The party to end all parties.
When the guest of honor arrives,
Surprise!
You've been drinking. What he will reveal tonight, he'll not only regret the next morning, but for the rest of his life. An all-new Dawson's Creek. Then, on an all-new Charmed, who becomes a target for death?
Maybe we should just lay low for a few days, use up our sick days.
A spell to strengthen their powers ends up multiplying Prue by 3.
Prue, what have you done? Raging clone hormones? Okay, which one of you is the real Prue? Oh, my God!
An all-new Charmed after an all-new Dawson's Creek. Tonight on the WB Wednesday.
It all starts tonight at 8, only on the WB 11. Allergy-free.
There's nothing on it.
Tell you what, you're gonna get a snake in yours.
17 after.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down, right off of your feet. Take you home with me. Put you in my house. Boom, 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 boom.
Imus in the morning.
All right, here now with comment and observation on headline issues of the day, Imus in Washington senior political affairs advisor, the late Richard M. Nixon.
Yes, indeed. Imus in the morning. Now then, time is short, so let's launch straight into the day's subjects. Issue 1, a huge thank you for the public service rendered by Tony Kornheiser, our columnist friend at the Washington Post, for courageously saying what no one had dared to say until Mr. Kornheiser raised the issue, in so many words, which was, in essence, enough, Bob Dole, discussing erectile dysfunction. Enough with your pharmacologically reconstituted poll. Jesus, is there nothing that people won't discuss anymore? Excuse me, but listening to Bob Dole talking about elevating his pecker has not elevated the national discourse, if you're asking me.
No.
And I can't get this scene out of my mind, of our favorite ex-Kansas senator fumbling around in the dark on his nightstand for a Viagra hit, while Elizabeth lies there, fists clenched, stiffer than Trent Lott's hair, praying that he can't find the stuff, but silently saying over and over again, I need his support, I need his support. You know what I'm saying? Nightmare. Bob, from an old friend, you were the majority leader of the United States Senate. You're 76 years old. Stop turning yourself into Bill Clinton. Jesus. The nation isn't hanging on your scoring percentage. Now, speaking of Mrs. Dole, J.D., issue 2, that was not discussed by Mr. Kornheiser yet, the Republican PAC, Liddy included, that's lining up for a run at the presidency. There appear to be 10 of them, by my calculation at this point. And of those 10, you know how many have a chance to do anything other than humiliate themselves? 1, maybe. George W. Bush. After him, the only others who could possibly matter to any degree might be Liddy and John McCain. Then all you've got is this list of absolute losers, dude. The 7 dwarfs, who as a unit constitute the most mind-numbingly dumb group of people since the Unification Church broke up. Dan Quayle, who I swear would be baffled by a set of Legos if you dropped him in front of him. Have you heard a Quayle speech yet? He sounds exactly like he's running for his high school student council at the Indiana Institute for the Cognitive Inept. God, what a dope. And Lamar Alexander is actually running again? Did he not understand that people hated him the first time around? Steve Forbes, out there playing with daddy's money again. It's a good thing he is rich, because he's going to have to pay people to come to his fundraisers. Then there's the too glib by half John Awshucks Kasich, Ohio boy, who it strikes me is using that smart act to cover the fact he'd be equally at home on the Deliverance Bridge drooling on a banjo. Who else? Oh, yes, Gary Bauer, the abort a baby and I'll kill you candidate. I guess he and Pat Buchanan can have a duel to settle who gets to wear the armband, which leaves Senator Bob Smith of New Hampshire, the only candidate who can say he really does have a household name. Bob Smith. Does that sound like somebody who's rolling back the odometers on cars or what? Anyway, the point is this, in my judgment. Coming off the year of the Great Seaman Stain, the Republican Party will be fortunate to emerge with as many surviving members as the Heaven's Gate cult.
Well, they're all dead.
Bingo! That's the sad view through the old Dickscope today, J.D., as interpreted by perhaps the last great Republican, Dick Nixon, who was once the President of the United States.
25 after the hour here on the Imus in the Morning program. Got my Motown Mojo working, Chuck. Hell, mercy. Smoky.
I don't like you, but I love you. Seems that I'm always thinking of you, though you treat me badly. I love you madly. You really got a hold on me. Really got a hold on me. You really used to feel so uninspired.
Come on, babe.
And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel like Imus in the morning.
On an all-new 7 days, Frank Parker's next news.
Yeah, they sell yuppie kitchen kits and stuff. Yeah, it's really, it's not good.
They sell shorts with gerbil nets on them, for crying out loud. In case you lose one.
Imus in the morning.
I'm Barbara Walsh. 1959, Floyd Patterson lost to Ingmar Johansson. 2 Ali Frazier fights in New York City, 71 and 74. Ali and Ernie Shavers at the Garden in 77. The list could go on and on. Holyfield and Lewis have different styles. The old boxing saying, styles make fights. Don't miss it. Holyfield Lewis on TVKO from HBO. I'm Larry Michael on the HBO Boxing Beat.
Here's something different. A no-nonsense commercial for no-nonsense people. For a new kind of pager called Pocket Talk. Excuse me. Thanks. Pocket Talk is like a pager, but instead of getting beeps from who knows who, this one gives you voice messages like this.
Bill, no need to go by the site. The inspector can't come till next week.
So with the push of a button, you get the whole message without having to call back. Here's some more no-nonsense stuff. Right now, you can get Pocket Talk for only $49. Then service prices begin at only $9.95 per month for unlimited messages. And our new expanded coverage area includes New York, Baltimore, D.C., Boston, and Philadelphia at no additional cost. Well, there you go. A no-nonsense commercial for something that makes a lot of sense. Pocket Talk, $49, and available at Staples and independent paging and cellular retailers. Okay. For the nearest dealer, call 1-800-2-GET-IT. That's 1-800-TOGETIT. Pretty fancy piano there, pal.
Something new is sharing center stage with classic Jaguar elegance and beauty. A great deal of talk about quality. To quote Auto Week, the road would be a poorer place without the luxurious excellence of the 4-liter sedans. The 1999 Jaguar XJ8 boasts a potent 290 horsepower 32-valve V8 engine, state-of-the-art electronics, and enhanced safety features. But mere features alone have never defined Jaguar. Black Enterprise put it best. The style and demeanor bespeak elegance with a bit of lavishness.
The skies above the blue.
Experience for yourself. Visit your local...